What if I told you that the one thing that makes a narcissist feel the exact pain they put you through is not shouting at them, not exposing them, or not even fighting back? It is something far more powerful and far more silent. It is not retaliation, not stooping to their level. It is giving them something they cannot survive without. You, or to be precise, the absolute absence of you. I know that may sound almost too simple at first, something you may already know. Absence, silence, walking away. I know you have heard it all, but stay with me because I assure you, this isn't the kind of go no contact advice you have already heard a million times. What I'm about to share with you today is a lot more deeper than that. It's about ripping away the very fabric of their false identity. It's about showing them the emptiness that lies underneath their mask. And I have seen this happen with my own eyes more than once. I'm Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to talk about this one thing you can do to make the narcissist truly feel the pain they inflicted on you. The one thing that strips them bare, leaves them hollow, and forces them to face the void they have ever been running from their entire life. So, what is this one thing? It's simple to say, but incredibly powerful in practice. Give them a taste of your absolute absence. Now, I do not mean just faking indifference. I do not mean ignoring their texts for a few days while secretly checking their social media. I do not even mean the most basic version of no contact where you block them and move on, but leave everything else in place. What I mean is remove yourself so completely that the narcissist is left with nothing of you to feed on. Take away every single thing they have stolen, borrowed, or copied from you. This goes beyond simply not picking up the calls. It's about reclaiming yourself in a way that leaves them with no crumbs of you to survive on. You see, narcissists do not just steal your time and your peace of mind. They steal your very identity. They watch you closely, copy your mannerisms, and wear your personality like an outfit. Then they show it off to the world as if it's their own. They take your words, style, energy, ideas, and once they have drained it, they toss you aside and pretend they were always the original. So, giving them absence means cutting off not just the person you are to them, but also the environment and the extensions of you they cling to. If they followed you to a particular coffee shop, let's say stop going there. If they wore the same brands as you, leave those brands behind. If they repeated your jokes, change the way you tell them. If they mirrored the books you read or the music you listen to, take all of that away from their reach. You are reclaiming your originality, and in doing so, you are cutting their lifeline. They do not have an identity of their own. They build themselves out of borrowed parts. That is why they target strong, creative, and authentic people like you. That's why they latched onto you in the first place. When you vanish, not just physically, but psychologically, emotionally, and socially, you take with you every single brick they use to build their false self. And what is left is total collapse because without you, there is nothing. This is not something I'm saying out of theory. I've seen it happen. A long time ago, two people came to me. One was a narcissist, the other was their victim. And it was not even meant to be a formal session, more of an accidental one, as you already know. They wanted me to mediate. The narcissist was playing their usual card, the victim card. Poor me, I made mistakes. Give me one last chance. You know the script, but something unusual happened. In this session, the narcissist actually confessed. They admitted they had been abusive. They admitted to doing horrible things. And here is the part that shook me the most. They said, everything I am, I copied from her. I have no identity of my own. I did not encourage reconciliation. You can never trust a narcissist to change, can you? But just a month later, that same narcissist came back to me crying. The victim had left and she had taken everything with her. The narcissist told me she was my identity. She was my everything. The way I arranged the books on my shelf was how she arranged them at home. The clothes I wore were what she wore. The songs I played were the ones she listened to. Even the way I cooked food was copied from her. And when she left, I realized I had nothing. I fell apart because I could not find a single thing that I could call truly mine. That is when I saw what ultimate collapse looks like for a narcissist. Not when you argue with them, not when you try to expose them, but when you take away the very source of their stolen self. And it's not just that one case. I have seen this again and again. Another narcissist once told me something really chilling. They said, when everyone I fed on finally left, I was sitting in a dark room, staring into the abyss. And that abyss was created by the absence of those I drained. Without them, there was nothing. I was nothing. For you, absence may feel like peace, a chance to heal, to rediscover yourself. For a narcissist, absence is death. It is the end of the performance. It is the curtain falling and revealing that behind it, there was never a person. Their entire game is built on using you. They drain your originality, they recycle your creativity, and they wear your identity like a mask. As long as you are around, even if you are fighting, you're miserable, they still have access to you. They're still plugged into the source. But when you step away, what happens? When you stop feeding the machine, when you reclaim what is yours and leave them with nothing, the mask falls. And it is the most painful thing a narcissist can ever go through. This is not about revenge. This is not about teaching them a lesson. It is about survival for you and collapse for them. Because when you walk away, they lose themselves. I know this sounds hard because every street corner reminds you of them. Every song feels like theirs. Every mutual friend pulls you back in. They made sure of that. They planted themselves everywhere in your life so that even after leaving, you would feel their present absence. Instead of being haunted by those reminders, flip the script, reclaim them. Do not totally avoid drinking coffee or going to a coffee shop. Find one that becomes yours. Do not stop listening to your favorite songs, but change the way you associate with them. Reorganize your life in a way that strips them of any claim to it. Every act of reclaiming yourself is an act of absence for them. It is like pulling the oxygen mask off their face. They cannot breathe without you. And once you're gone, they're left gasping. So, if you want to make a narcissist feel the pain they put you through, do not scream, beg, or chase their closure. Just vanish, not in a weak way, not in a half hearted way, but in the deepest, most absolute way you can. Remove yourself and take everything they ever stole from you. When you leave, you do not just walk out of their life. Remember, you dismantle their identity. You leave them staring into the abyss of their emptiness, as I said. And nothing hurts a narcissist more than realizing that without you, without their victims, they are nothing. And while they collapse, you rise, you heal, rebuild, and rediscover the pieces of yourself they tried to steal. And that is the real victory. So, if you have been wondering what to do to make them feel the pain they caused you, this is the answer. Don't fight fire with fire. Don't match their chaos. Give them the one thing they cannot survive. Give them your absence. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much for staying with me. Let me know in the comments, have you given them the absence and how does it feel now? I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.